Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Long time no see. As you can tell by the title, this is a little catch-up session. It's a little Q&A. If you can see that, it's because I have you guys by the window by like the main road, in case you're seeing like the lines moving. But yeah guys, I don't think I've done like a little sit down video with you guys for so long, so I thought it was only right that we do like a little catch-up session. I did do a Q&A over on my Instagram about 2 weeks ago, and I've never got around to asking the questions. I mean, answering the questions. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'm just trying to get comfortable, guys. If you can see a mess behind me, just, you know, ignore that. I've got a lot going on. We've got like the christening in like 2 weeks. So I have like christening stuff everywhere because I don't have any storage where I live. There's christening stuff everywhere. Also, I'm trying to start up like my own little business. I've got like all these soft play stuff that I have nowhere to store because I didn't think about that. Obviously we have to move soon, so like, you know, obviously new stuff to move with. It's just a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff right now that don't have like homes, so they're just kind of everywhere, but that's fine. Anyway, we're just gonna jump straight to this Q&A. I feel like I look so far away with you guys, but it's just the way I'm sitting. But yeah, I have got the questions on my notes. We've got like 20 something questions, so we're gonna jump straight in. And the first question is, have you made any friends through YouTube? I actually have. I'd say I've made like 2 friends. One I've met, so you can definitely count her as a friend. That's Mia Fraser. If you guys are not subscribed, go and subscribe to my girl's channel. I will link her down below. We talk a lot. We have met before. Me and Alistair and Taya went to her house last year for Isla's birthday, but we didn't make the party, so we went the Sunday, which was the next day, and we just went to her house for a few hours, which was really nice. It was nice to meet her. I feel like we've got so much in common because we're both young mums. She's got 2 toddler girls. She's got Isla and Nala. I've got a girl and a boy. I've got a toddler and a baby. So yeah, but it's just nice to know that, you know, there's always someone you can talk to that's kind of going through the same thing. But she's doing so well. I'm like really blessed to have her in my life. Also, Mara Million is her name on YouTube. We haven't met up yet, but that is definitely due to come soon, hopefully in the summer. That can be a little thing, and all 3 of us as well, so that would be really nice. So I will link Mara's channel below as well if you haven't already subscribed. Then subscribe. And then I have friends that I knew before YouTube that do YouTube now. So yeah, my face is looking real oily. First of all, let's talk about this weather. I don't like it. I like when it's warm, but there needs to be a breeze. Like this weather where it's just like hot and there's no breeze, I don't like it because it just has me feeling uncomfortable. And I say this, I'm here wearing a long sleeve top, but today is not that warm. It is, I say it's not that warm, it's 23 degrees, but it's like cloudy, but it's windy, so it's not so bad. But yeah, the next question is, I found your channel through, it was not a question, but it said, I found your channel through one of Mia's videos last year. So that was the video I was talking about. It was Isla's birthday video. Not the day of her birthday, but like the weekend when they have the party, but we couldn't make it because we was actually at Amy's house the day, and then we had a barbecue to go in the evening, so it kind of like was going from one part, so one area, so we had to go from like Broxbourne to then get to like Luton to then come back to Dagenham and then to come home. It was just a bit too much to do in one day, so we went to her house the next day and brought like Isla's gifts and stuff. But the next part of that said, you're both smashing motherhood, big up to Mia. Sorry, I always brag about like Mia and her channel when I can. She's a single mom. She's in uni, she's got 2 toddler girls, she's doing gym, driving, so much stuff, and like she's smashing it. Obviously everyone has their off days, and when I say off days, like you feel like you're like, I don't want to say failing, but like you could do more. And mental health plays a big role in young mothers' lives, and I'll be so real, but she's doing so well. So big up to Mia, and thank you for, you know, saying we're both smashing motherhood. We're just trying our best, you know. The next question was, how do you and Amy meet? Again, Amy's channel will be down in the description box. It's like I'm just shouting out everyone's channel. I hope you guys can see me properly. Yeah, me and Amy met through uni, so we went to the same uni, which was Middlesex. I can say that now because we finished. But yeah, we went to Middlesex uni, and we was in like the same course, so we done like a dance course. Yeah, so was in like basically most of the same classes. So yeah, we was in like a little friendship group, and then now there's just 3 of us left. It's just me, Amy and Shamika, but that's fine. The next question was, tips to your past self in terms of YouTube. I was saying this to Alice the other day. Tips to myself is that any and everything is content. And I think a lot of people, they kind of try to make their channels aesthetic, and I kind of see, because I kind of sometimes feel like I just want my channel to be aesthetic, but then sometimes it's like the real me and like the silly stuff that I do so much people would love, but then it's like, I don't know how to explain it, it just won't be aesthetic. But you can't always be aesthetic. You wasn't born aesthetic and you're not gonna die aesthetic, so why does your life in between always need to be aesthetic? Like sometimes you can have aesthetic videos and make your videos look nice, and you know, but then sometimes kind of have those like random videos of you doing like the silliest stuff, but they're so funny. Like if you guys saw the stuff that we used to get up to, it was so funny. But yeah, that was definitely my tips to my past self and my future self, is that don't be scared to upload, like you guys, like for example doing silliness. Like sometimes me and Alistair be in the kitchen while I'm cooking, and Taya, and we're doing like trying all those different, like, you know, those yoga stuff. Like we be doing that, but I don't record it because I'm like, nah, I don't know if I want to put it on YouTube. But it's so funny because we're actually trying to attempt to do these yoga positions where, like for example, and I think that I'm the stronger one, so I'm like on the floor with my legs up and I'm trying to hold them up in the air. Taya's trying to climb on top. It's so funny. But yeah, that is my tips. It's like everything is content, and it's, you have to remember it's your channel, so it's what you want to put out there. If some people don't like that, then that's fine. They don't everybody doesn't have to like everything that you upload. It's more like what you want to upload. It's your channel, you're the one filming, editing, uploading, it's you doing all of that. So it's whatever you want on your channel, that's the way to go. And that's what I always be telling people, but I need to tell myself that sometimes too. It's not just what everybody asks you to record, you record. Sometimes it's record stuff nobody asked you for, but you want to record it. You know, it's your channel, you have to record and upload things you like, not just what everyone else likes, you know. Yeah, it's not always a trend kind of thing. The next question is, do you have nieces and nephews? I do. I have, I don't know, I have a nephew, I have a niece, I have 2 more nieces. That's what, 3 nieces and a nephew. I'm sure that's all I have. Yeah. The next one is, does Taya have a best friend? I'm gonna go ahead and say that Zaya, I believe, would be Taya's best friend. I couldn't think of anyone else that would be her best friend. Maybe she has a best friend at nursery, but because she's not really there with like names of people at her nursery, I don't know. Like she says 1 or 2 names from nursery, but not very often, so I don't know about if she has a best friend at nursery. But out of like all my friends' kids and stuff, I would say Zaya, because she can say Zaya. Whether she can say Zaya because she sees Zaya a lot, like they see each other every other week, or because the baby's name is Zaya, I don't know, but she can say Zaya, so she sees Zaya the most out of like all my friends' kids. So I would say Zaya, because they're so funny when they're together. Like they always put the little fake heels on, you know, the little kid heels, and yeah, they're just really funny together. So yeah, I would say Zaya. The next question is, what was your favorite video you have uploaded? Me and Alice are watching some of my videos the other day, and I have to say it was the one, it was called I don't remember if it's called Things We Was Leaving in 2019 or it was called Things We Wasn't Taking in 2020. It was so funny watching it back. It was me, Alistair, Sammy and Sinead. It was just a funny video. Like you really just got to see what us 4 was like together, because that's what it was always like. Even like Sinead wasn't there all the time, but even when it was just me, Alistair and Sammy, that's how he was. And when Sinead was there, that's how he was. And even when like other friends, my sister sometimes was there, that's how we used to be. And like that video is the only video you actually saw what we was actually like together, like the messing around, the jokes, the little insults to each other, but it was nothing serious, it was just fun. So yeah, that would definitely be my favorite video that I've uploaded. We was watching it the other night, it was so funny. We was like dying, I was crying. That's how funny I found it. And the next one is, how do you plan a christening? Any event planning tips? I feel like I want to do a whole video on this, and I'm gonna do like a whole video. I plan to do a video on like the christening, but like different ones. One's gonna be the actual day, one I plan to do a setting up one, but then before that I want to do one where I show you guys all like the stuff I've ordered in terms of like decoration, my like ideas and how I plan to do stuff. If you guys haven't seen Taya's one, go watch that. It was just one video. I wish I'd done more and I wish I recorded more, but that's definitely my goal for this one. But yeah, in terms of planning a christening, it's quite simple. It's as you would plan any other party. You have to first find a church that you want your baby to be christened at. Not all church christens kids. That is a big part. Not all churches do it, so you have to find one that does. Sometimes you might have to attend that church for a little while, or have like a family member attend that church. Some charge you fees, some don't. Some just say that they would like a donation. Yeah, it just depends. And then you pick a date, so the church doesn't pick a date for you. You have to go to the church with a date. Have a backup date, I would say, just in case they do already have a christening booked for that date. Then have a backup date just in case. Once you get the date confirmed, they will explain and let you know anything you have to do with them in terms of any like forms you have to fill out, anything you have to bring in, you know, stuff like that. Then it's just as you would plan anything else, invitations, find a venue if you want to do like an after thing. Some churches have halls connected to it, like the one we're doing it at, which is my nan's church. They have the church in one part and then they have a big hall in the next part in the same building. So yeah, and then you just, you know, food, drinks, decoration, how you want it. Just find out from the church if there's any stuff you can do or can't do. For example, for like Taya's, when Taya's christening was, for example, all the kids were like, to me they were all babies. There was some older kids, but there wasn't much. But I wasn't really thinking, but now that like Taya's older, the kids are older, Zaya's older, I'm getting a bouncy castle. So stuff you have to inquire, because not all places will let you have a bouncy castle, or if they do, they might charge you extra, you know. So just inquire with them what they do and don't allow. But it's just as planning any other party. But yeah, I want to do a whole video on that because I do get a lot of questions about the christening planning. The next question is top 5 TikTokers you like. I don't really have a top 5. Maybe I do, but I really be like trend kids I love on TikTok, like they're dancing. And then I really be watching like TikTok moms. I won't lie to you guys, like, but I more scroll on my For You page than I do for people I follow. Sounds crazy, but yeah, I'm just not really a person that will be following on TikTok. But the top, maybe I have to go into my followers real quick, following, to see who I follow. But trend kids I do like, and then I do follow them all individually. I have to say, I don't know guys, Bash the Entertainer's funny. Then I'd be watching like TikTok moms, which I'm not gonna go out here and say all of them individually, but some like, you know, who was I gonna say, what's her name, Maya. I watch Maya. I can't say her surname, but it starts with a G. Anaya, Mabel, Dakota and the twins, and Nevaeh, Angel, I can't say her surname either, but it starts with an F. Just like TikTok moms. And then Mr. Lich is real funny. I like to watch him. I'm actually just going through people I follow. The Wilson family, I love her cleaning videos. Yeah, I just be watching TikTok moms and then like cleaning videos. And yeah, I don't be doing too much on TikTok. I more scroll on the For You page than I do people I follow. Next question is kind of similar. It says favorite YouTubers. Anybody that knows me knows McKenna Walker is number 1. There's just something about her videos that I'm obsessed with her content. Obsessed. But yeah, and she just bought a house. I more watch American YouTubers than I do like UK YouTubers. I don't know if that's with a lot of people, but I don't know. There's just something about American YouTubers that just attract me to their channels. But yeah, McKenna Walker's number 1. I'd say number 2 would be Maya Graves. Again, another American YouTuber. I'm just obsessed with their content, to be honest. So obsessed. And then like, if I'd say like a few more, I'd probably say like the Farah twins. They're UK based. I like their content. Who else do I be watching? Jenny, the J&J family. They're also America. Yeah, I just be watching a lot of American. Riss and Kwan. It's just American people I be watching. And then also like my friends and people I know channel. Chloe Yasmin, I like some of her videos and I don't like some. I hope that's not a bad thing to say. I just prefer some videos over some. Same thing with like Saffron Baker, Anastasia Kingsnorth. I can't be saying people's names, I'm so sorry, but yeah, it is Kingsnorth, right? I like her content. I said the Farah twins. Yeah, that's really all. Esmeralda, Essie from when she was, you know, the girl that was with Armon. I be liking her content too. The next thing is, what was the festival thing you went to? So long story short, because I don't want to, I'm already recording for 14 minutes. Basically it was this thing, it was called Canberra Sounds Ultimate Festival Weekender. Basically it was a thing, you went for the weekend and they hired out the whole of Canberra Sand. We went to the Pontin one in Rye, the Hastings one, I'm sure. Yeah, they rented out the whole place, and then it was kind of like a thing you booked ahead, obviously. whereas you went for the weekend, so we went from Friday, we came back Monday. And what is this, like, you do, there's a variety of fitness classes. You do morning and afternoon up until about 4 o'clock, I'd say, is the last fitness class. You do that, and then every night was like a themed event. So like the first night, I don't remember what the first night was. The second night, it was dress up as anything royal, so royalty. I went as Queen of Hearts. Couldn't really tell because, yeah, but I went as Queen of Hearts. Some people, sorry guys, I'm trying to get comfortable. Some yeah, anything royal, because that was the weekend of the coronation. The third night was denim and a slogan top, and then there was no fourth night because we went home the fourth day. But yeah, it was really fun. They have released the dates and the everything for next year's one. Haven't booked it yet because I actually can't commit to something a year in advance. Sounds crazy, but yeah, I can't confirm or, like, you know, stick to that until probably like next year, like early next year. But yeah, just in case. The next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? 5 years, I have to say that I would love for us, I can see us being homeowners in 5 years. I can see that this little business venture that I'm going on, that is successful, that yeah, and I'll just kind of be where I want to be in life, financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, just happy. I would like to also say that we would at least be engaged. That would be nice to have a little ring on the finger, you know what I mean. I have a promise ring, but I don't even be wearing it, but yeah. That's why I see 5 years. Mainly the two things would be like homeowner, you know, especially when you have kids. It's like, it just makes sense to like try your best to be a homeowner, just kind of have something secure for your kids. And then obviously my little business would be like booming and successful and stuff. Again, something for the kiddos, and then obviously Alistair as well, for him to be successful in his electrician lifestyle. The next question is future house goals. Oh my gosh guys, if I tell you about everything I want in my house, we would be here all day. But as long as I get my nice big kitchen with the island in the middle, and the kids will have big rooms and en suites and 3 floors and a nice living room and yeah, a protruding wall, guys, it's a lot. And a walk-in wardrobe. Sorry, I need to have a bedroom as a walk-in wardrobe, wardrobes all around, and a nice drawer in the middle. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. That's my future goals right there. And an office in the house, of course, and a nice garden for the kids with a big like place here. Don't need to go to the park because yeah, and a cinema room. That's doing too much. We'd be here all day talking about what Shanique would want in her house. The next question is favorite Kardashian. I'd have to say, I've always said that Kylie is my favorite Kardashian, but then she's not a Kardashian, is she? So if you're saying like actual Kardashians, I think I'd say Kourtney. There's just something about her that to me, she's the most down to earth one. Or she was. I don't know. She's just always been my favorite out of Kourtney, Khloe, Kim. Kourtney's always been my favorite. Yeah. So the next one is dream job. At first I always wanted to be a social worker, and then I fell in love with dance. I wanted to be like, I didn't want to be a dancer, but I wanted to have like my own studio, like dance studio, which I think is something I still want to do. But if I could say dream job, I would say YouTube and like events, you know, like planning events, a little events company. If I could do both, which they could go hand in hand, YouTube and like an events company / soft play hire, that is what I'm working on. They could really go hand in hand, and it would be really good to do both. That is what I would like to do. So yeah, that is my dream job. What's the next step in your relationship? Getting engaged would be the next step. We've got 2 kids, we've been living on our own, this is our 2nd flat, and in like the next 2 months we're moving again. So yeah, I would say getting engaged would be the next step. Number 17 is next holiday destination. Alistair knows I want to go to Bora Bora. Anybody that's close to me knows I want to go Bora Bora. That is definitely where I want to go. I think I'd say I would want to go without the kids, but then I feel like to go Bora Bora stuff, you need to go for like at least a week. I would say like 7 to 10 days, I'd say, for Bora Bora. But then I don't feel like I could leave my kids for 7 days. Yeah, like to go away for the 3 nights was already hard. Like I was calling non-stop, FaceTime, you know, that was hard, and it was just 3 nights, and it was like in the country. Like it was like I could have taken a train home. So it was like, to go to Bora Bora for so long, I feel like I'd have to wait a few years to do that one. So yeah, but I definitely want to go to Bora Bora. But if you say next holiday destination, I think it would be St. Lucia. I think that's the plan, to go early next year, St. Lucia, because he hasn't seen his dad's grave or anything. So that would be the next holiday destination. But the next question was, what do you want the kids' first holiday to be on? Why? I would say Disneyland. That is the plan for Taya's 3rd birthday. So again, that is also January that we do want to go Disneyland. I think me and Destiny spoke about it a little bit, because Taya and Zaya's birthdays are 3 days apart. So it'd be nice to be in Disneyland for both of their birthdays, because usually their birthdays fall in the same week. So this year will fall in the same week, because Taya's will be on the Tuesday and Zaya's will be on the Friday. So it would be nice for us to go for the week to celebrate both their birthdays and be in like Disneyland for both of their actual birthdays. That would be really nice. That just depends on, like, you know, situations at the time and school, nursery, because they're both at nursery, so we'll see. The next one is, if there's one thing you could go back and change or redo in life, what would it be? One thing I could go back in life and change, I'd say save more. I'd say kind of educate myself on certain things, like a mortgage. I feel like I was never, I heard about mortgages and I kind of knew, but I kind of didn't know fully. And I feel like, thinking about it from like, I've been working since I was in like secondary school. I feel like when I came out of a job, it wasn't very long that I wasn't in a job. Do you get it? Like I was kind of out of one, and then not too long I was back in like a different one, just because my mum was always working. Like everyone around me, like adults, my stepdad, everyone was always working. So I always saw, like, you know, you need to work in life, and that was fine. I was always encouraged, you know, get a job, have like earn your money that can like buy your stuff that you want. Fine. I've always been like a little worker. I was always working. But yeah, I feel like the money I was earning and the fact that I was looking at what I was spending the money on was basically rubbish. Looking at it now, that I could have had a mortgage and been paying that off every month. Realistically, like, you know, from secondary school and into 6th form and the kind of jobs I was doing and the money I was making, I could have had a mortgage when I moved out. But I was never really educated. I was always told to save, which I always tried to do, and I could save like a bit and then I'd probably spend it and then save that same amount again and then spend it. Like now we have savings, so I have my own saving, Alice has his own, then we have a joint, and then like the kids have a savings each, with good amounts in there. But it's like how it would have been to get a mortgage back then, in terms like compared to how it'd be to get a mortgage now, it's so much harder. But I was never really educated on like mortgage and like the kind of importance it would be. I think I was kind of not always told, I don't want to say that sounds bad, but you know, it was always kind of thing of council housing. But now I'm in private renting, never been in a council place. It's kind of like mortgage would have been the best option rather than private renting, because right now you have to say I'm paying off someone else's mortgage, which is crazy, because my rent price for where I live especially, I think is bizarre. Some people say it is a lot, and then I get a few that say it's not that bad compared to like other areas. I still think it's a lot, especially the fact that it's gone up. So if there's one thing I could go back and change, is that I was always saving that money. I had opened an ISA, is that what they're called? Because I don't think they do ISA accounts anymore, but back then they did ISA accounts, and you put like a certain amount every month, and then at the end they would like put like 25% on top or something like that of what you saved, and then I would have had a mortgage. I feel like that would have been nice. But you know, it's never too late. We're still young, we're only 23 years old. So we do have to move by the end of September, because the bank is taking back the flats. But once we move and we get settled, we're not gonna make another move be a renting kind of move. It has to be a mortgage. So that's what we're working on next. 24 minutes of me just chatting. I ain't got through these questions. The next question is, do you want any more kids, or would you adopt / foster? I said I don't want any more. I always said 3. I always said like 2 or 3. I feel like 3 is just a nice number to have. I feel like, but right now I'm very much done. And if you ask me, I say I don't want no more. I did always want 3, but right now I'm done. I can't see myself having any more. I feel like I kind of did want more after Taya, hence why I never got rid of any of her stuff. I kept everything Now was like I just be getting rid as like we're going on. Like the clothes I've got rid of, you know, they've gone to charity bins now. So many of them my nan has, because she's putting them in a barrel for Jamaica. I have 2 more big bags there of all his 3 to 6 clothes. I'm just trying to not give myself a reason to have another one, and if I do, I promise you it's not going to be anytime now. I'm just quite happy with the 2 I have now, and I kind of just I want them 2 to grow together, and then I kind of want, you know, like my little business I'm working on to boom, and then maybe we'll think about another one. But right now I don't think I physically want to have any more. But I always said that one thing I would like to do in life, maybe when I'm a bit older, is like adopt or foster. Maybe more adopt than foster. I feel like foster is only temporary, right? Or is that, I feel like I get confused with the fostering thing, but maybe adopt I would like to do. But when I'm older, I feel like that's just one thing I would love to do in life. But that is like a whole process in itself. The next question was plans for summer. To be honest, not really. We have like kind of day trips kind of planned. We're talking about going caravanning. We went last year, but Alice didn't come. We want to go this year. Alistair finally agreed to it. First he didn't want to go, but like now he said it's fine. But we're just going to try and make it like a big group, so I could talk to Destiny about it. I think I spoke to Chanel about it, I'm not sure. We're just going to see. It'll just be nice for all the kids to kind of go. It's going to be like this, we get a caravan big enough for all of us. So if it's like Chanel and Zariah come, and then like Destiny and Zariah come, it will just be nice that we all get one big caravan, and then the kids, it's like, sorry, I just can't get comfortable. Then it's like the kids will have like this big massive sleepover for like 3 nights or however long we go for, and then it's just nice that you go to the beach one day, you can go to like the arcades one day, and then they have stuff on the caravan site as well. I just think that would be really nice. And then we've got like day trips planned, but not much. But you know, summer you kind of just take it as you go. You might wake up one day and it'd be really nice, and you just decide to go to the park, have a picnic, go to like the aquarium. One of us should have a car by then, so should be driving by then, so we can, you know, go off and do different stuff, you know, the zoo, stuff like that. And then my uncle does like coach trips every year to like a beach or theme park, so yeah, that's another plan. The next thing is gentle parenting or not. Definitely gentle parenting, but it's hard. I wouldn't hit the baby. I don't hit Taya either. Some people do. Not hit Taya, I mean like hit their kids. I physically cannot hit her. The most I'll do is like Taya, and then she just kind of laughs, but I would never hit her. I'd never have, never will. I say never will, I don't ever plan to anyway. I feel like your words should be enough for your kids to listen. A lot of people are going to disagree with this, but there's stuff like she goes on timeout, she don't listen, tablet gets taken for a little bit, there's certain toys that she's obsessed with that will get taken just for a little bit, just for her to listen. Taya's definitely at that stage and age where she understands what you're saying, and if like she's doing something she knows she's not supposed to be doing, she will look you dead in your face with a bigger smile while she's doing it. So she knows she's not supposed to be doing it, and it's not like that's something new. She's been doing that. She's had the understanding of what she is and isn't supposed to do, especially at home. But yeah, the most I would do is probably shout at her a little bit. Like if I said it to her about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times so nicely, and she's just smiling in my face still doing it, then I will just raise my voice a bit, but then that's about it. But that's still classed as gentle parenting. And a lot of people say, I don't know how you do this gentle parenting shtick. I do it because why wouldn't I? So yeah, that is that. The next one is, where are your favorite places to buy your kids clothes? Taya's always just so cute. Thank you. I pride myself on my kids looking good when we go out. Taya, I can really buy clothes for her from anywhere. I won't lie to you. The main places I buy her clothes from, I would say, are Primark. Little cheap sets are actually really nice. Don't even like the more expensive stuff I'm not a fan of, but the cheaper sets are nice. I get a lot of her clothes from River Island. That is the main place. And then Asda I get stuff from because it's really nice. And I would say it's mainly, most of her clothes, I'm not gonna lie to you, is River Island and Next. That's where I get most of her clothes from. And then there's like some Primark stuff. There's some Matalan stuff, but I'm just not a fan of Matalan like I used to be. And then with the baby, I'm not gonna lie to you, it has to be like H&M, Next, or like JD/Sports Direct. I don't really be shopping for him in anywhere else. I get some stuff from like Asda, but not much. It's just that I'm very funny with boys' clothes, whereas Taya's clothes is, everything looks cute, but boys, Next question made me laugh is, Is it a struggle to wash your toddler's hair? I'm struggling. Taya's hair is like a nightmare to wash, and not because of like the kind of hair that she has, but just because of the fact that as soon as she feels some sort of water touching her head, it's like game over. She's screaming. It's like she's shouting murder. That's basically what it is, because you can pull out her hair. So say like for example right now her hair's in plaits with beach, you can pull it out, no issue. To put like do the plaits, redo a hairstyle, no issue. To kind of grease her hair, moisturize it, style it, again, no issue. To bath her, no issue. To shower her, no issue. To wash her hair, issue. From the time she feels the water on her head, it's game over. Kicking, screaming, anything. Sometimes Alistair has to come and help me because it's a whole thing. Or I just don't wash her hair unless Alistair's there, because, do you know what I mean? It's just a whole thing. And I feel like he never used to believe me when I say it until he witnessed it for himself, that Taya will go crazy when it's time to wash her hair. Anyone could do Taya's hair and they will tell you it's not an issue to do her hair. You can style it, you can comb it, like nothing is the issue until it's time to wash her hair. I don't know, there's only one more thing I think I can try, that I'm gonna look for the thing, because you know, like mainly in America they wash their kids' hair in the kitchen sink, but they have this little like pillow thing that they kind of lay the kid's head on, and then like she's still fully clothed and she can watch her tablet and she's just head back and I'll wash her hair. I'm gonna try that, because she has the little crown thing that you put around their head in the shower. She don't like that, she'll cry when you put it on. It's just, yeah, I don't like talking about it because it's just a whole thing. The next question is, any differences between your kids? How has adjusting been, and how are they both with each other? So in terms of differences, personality wise, no, they're both very like cheeky, like they're both very happy babies, and I think I got very lucky with my kids. They're not really criers like that. The baby will cry, but he cries more now because he's teething, so that's understandable. Taya was very fussy when she was teething, but apart from that, they're good sleepers, they're good eaters. Taya used to be a good eater. She's not so much of a good eater now. She'll eat certain things, but not as much as she used to. She's very fussy, but he's a big boy. There's nothing else to say, but I got very lucky with my kids that they're very good kids in terms of like sleeping, eating, drinking. Yeah, the only difference with them is like it's little things, like for example, Taya never ever had any rashes. He has rashes. We think he has a milk allergy, so it's just harder to give him like certain formulas and stuff, whereas we didn't have that issue with Taya. The cradle cap just don't want to go away, which again was never really an issue with Taya, but that's just little things, but it's not like a big deal. Like they're quite the same, to be honest. How has adjusting been? You know what, I don't think it's that hard. I'm gonna be so real. I've heard people say, oh my gosh, like the jump from 1 to 2 is so much harder from none to 1. To be honest, I don't think that was the case. It's not been hard. I think my only issue is going out with them. And when I say going out, I mean like going out the house, and that's only because of the stairs I have to go down, why it's such an issue. But I don't really have an issue with my kids. It's just normal. Taya's a toddler, she's 2 years old, she don't like to listen sometimes. That's the only thing. He's a baby, he's a very clingy baby, I should say. Compared to Taya, he likes to be held. Probably my fault, but that's the only thing. But it's not, the adjusting has not been hard. They've not like not got on. Like Taya loves the baby, she just likes that she has attention sometimes, which I love, and try to give her a lot of attention when I can, especially times like the baby sleeping or like the baby's having his bottle, stuff like that. Her bedtime, I just like to kind of focus on her those times. I don't think the issue's more of me. I think it's more like when she sees someone else, like a friend or family member, come and holding a baby, she's like, you need to go to her first before you come to the baby. Don't come pick up the baby without playing with her first, because she will look you dead in your eyes like you're mad, I mean you're not friends, and she will give you that look until like it's time for you to leave. No joke, ask anyone that's come over, so everybody knows that I'll play with Taya first and then you come take the baby, because otherwise she'll give you that death stare. But yeah, how are they with each other? Taya likes to hold his bottle. Taya likes to try and feed him the pouches. If Taya's eating something, she will come over and give the baby if he's awake. So sometimes it's like she's eating biscuits or like crisp or something, she gives it to him. It's not all the stuff she has he can have, which she kind of doesn't understand yet, which is fine, but it's just nice to see that she does share with him. Or like if she, for example, in the morning when I give her milk, she's asking for the baby's bottle, so I make it, give it to her, and she takes it, and she likes to like rub his head and like help pick out his outfits and stuff. It's really cute. But she just does have her little moments where like she just wants you like the attention on her, which is fine. She's only 2 years old. The next one is, oh my gosh, it's 11:20. The next thing is one thing you would do to help your kids make it in life. My kids have savings accounts. I think that's one of the biggest things that will help them in life. And when they're like, a lot of people say 18, I would say when they're 21, I'm gonna say to them, look, you have this amount of money. I don't want to tell you what to do with your money, but I would love to say they either put it towards a mortgage, if it's enough, and not a mortgage flat, but a mortgage house. I think that's one thing that I've kind of learned is you can, but I don't think I personally would ever want to go for a flat, like buy a flat, because yeah, it's just hassle that you don't really need. I'd say a house, but I'd say, look, here's, you've got a certain amount of money, you can either use it and do a mortgage on a house, fine. You can either live in a house, or you could be smart and rent the house out. There's ways of going about that. If it's not enough, I can keep hold of this money and you can keep putting on top of it. We can keep putting on top of it until it's enough. Or you could use it to start a business. You could take a chunk out. You could buy your first car. You could, something that's going to help them. I don't want to give, I don't want to say, okay, you're going to get a job, private renting. My kids will know that yes, you need to work in life. You need to earn your way. Absolutely. But me as a parent, I bring you into this world. I need to do something for you and give that to you when you're 21 to help you step out into this big world, because it is a big world and you can easily lose your way in this life. And I feel like I wouldn't want to encourage my kids to private rent. Like, okay, you're going to be this age when you move out. I would love that you have a house bought. Yeah, interest rates will go up and down, but as long as you have a job, a good paying job, make sure you pay all your bills on time, your rent and stuff, and then we can work out, starting your own little business and whatever it is you're interested in, whether it's YouTube, we get you a camera, we get you a laptop, do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I just feel like that's something we need to be doing more for our kids, is like kind of helping them in life, like doing something for them. Maybe it doesn't seem like a lot, like you're saving this money for them. Don't ever touch the money you're saving for your kids. That's your kids' money. Don't make a habit of going in there for like, oh, I just need to borrow some money, I'll put it back on payday, because then you're just going to be equipped and it's going to be like easier for you to continue to. You're just going to forever be like, oh, I'm just going to take money out and put it back. Don't do that. It's your kids' money, don't touch it. But I think that's something we need to be doing more as parents, is do something. It doesn't have to be that you give them the deposit for a mortgage. It could be something like you have £5,000 saved up for them, and that's £5,000 they can invest in a small business for themselves. They can put that towards the down payment on their car if they're driving, or that can be for like their driving lessons. It's just something you're giving your kid as like, here, this is my contribution to your life. Something like that, 37 minutes we've been talking for. I love this. We've got 3 more questions, guys. The next one is, do you and Alistair conflict in parenting styles? Yes. He more likes to shout straight away, whereas I do shout, but not like him. But I kind of like to explain to her why I'm upset or what she's done wrong, whereas he would just shout and be like, don't do that. But I will be like, tell her, look what you just done, and I explain to her what she's just done, and I explain to her why it's wrong. I think that's the difference in us, is that he would just kind of lose his temper. He's like quicker, like he would just shout and not explain. I feel like you could shout at your kids, but then also explain so that they properly understand what it is they've done wrong and why it's wrong, rather than just shouting and then leaving it there, because then she don't really understand what she's done wrong sometimes. So yeah, that's where we conflict, is that I explain a lot of stuff to her, whereas he doesn't always do that. Last 2 questions. You need to start posting on TikTok every day. I be posting on TikTok like once a month if you're lucky. It's my girl Amoy. Say hi to YouTube. I'll call you back. I've got 2 more questions. I'm keeping that in. Sorry girl, sorry, I had to. You need to start posting on TikTok every day. I really do. I always had the thought of like doing day in the life, but I do like one day is YouTube and then the next day is TikTok. Kind of alternate that. One day I'm recording a YouTube video and the next day I'm recording a TikTok, because I always wanted that I have like 4 uploads a week. Call me crazy, or even 3, but something like that. The next question would be, and it's the last question, would you go back to uni? I really do want to go back to uni and do my PGC in primary teaching, but a lot of people have been saying that there's no need to do that anymore. Like maybe before it was a must, now it's just get a job in a primary school as like a TA, and then work your way up, and then you can kind of do it that you're training like you're working, but then you can be studying on the side, rather than dedicating a whole year to going back to uni, getting yourself in more debt to do a PGC, that even after you do the PGT, you're still going to have to apply for kind of some jobs as a TA, because you have to, a lot of places want you to start as a TA and then work your way up, instead of just coming and starting as a full-blown teacher. So yeah, if I do go back to uni, that would be why, but it's not definite. But yeah, guys, we've been here for 40 minutes. It's been fun, it's nice to catch up. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here because it is actually 11:30 and I have to pick her up in half an hour, and I need to, the baby's sleeping, I need to get him dressed. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys made it to the end, thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you guys have a lovely, blessed day. Enjoy the heat, but definitely look after yourselves. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will definitely see you all in my next video. Bye guys.